Okay, another map and it's my favorite map because it's potentially the easiest map to earn experience and money on, is the Expressway, which is currently loading. I forgot to mention previously, the newest update to this particular game is that it's now possible to vote on the next map. Now, unfortunately, the maps you can choose from, out of the 9, you only get to choose from 3, and it's random, which 3 will pop up. But at least you get to choose, and whenever I see Expressway, I'm like, Expressway! Yes! It really, because the zombies only come from one place. In the cabin, the zombies come from everywhere. Mansion, the zombies come from everywhere. Let's see, the prison zombies come from every direction. District zombies come from several different directions, not every direction, but a large number of directions. Oh, darn it, I forgot to press ready. Stupid me. Let's see. Bypass zombies come from many directions. The mill is many directions. Cargo only from one end of the game. Basically the dock, where it's going to the city. So primarily, I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways in for the zombies on cargo. Yeah, so most of the games have many points where the zombies are going to be coming. Ranch has many points. Mill has many points. Yeah, so almost all of them are many points, except for Cargo and Expressway. Bypass has a lot of points, where the zombies spawn in. Of course, they all spawn off screen, but still, it is kind of vexing to, because you really don't have safety in Expressway and Cargo, because of the basically all the zombies come from one location or one direction. It does give you some small advantage. I would hate to play Cargo if the zombies came from every direction, simply because when you get to the high levels, Cargo is really, really challenging. Unless you have a really good team that you're working with. But I hope to show you all the other maps. I don't know if I will be able to. I just want to think here. I didn't get to show you the 2 dump missions where there's the ammo dump and the health dump, but that's easy. And there's also the radio signal dump where you call in on a radio and they send in a helicopter carrying supplies, and the helicopter doesn't shoot any zombies, and it lowers the supply pallet very slowly. But once it's there, you can get stuff off of it. And usually it's going to be, ammo and stuff, and hopefully a 50 caliber gun that you can save for later. Oh, health in this game. In this game, you can get the bandages and the med kits only when you are hurt, and they will heal you in proportion to your damage, or in the bandages case, it's a limited amount of healing, which is kind of frustrating because you can't hold on to a med kit for later when you might need it. So you have to try and find one. Sometimes it's easy. Some games it's really frustrating because you start out the wave and you can't find the equipment that you want to pick up, because you can pick up all that other stuff except for the healing stuff. And sometimes that's the only things you can find are ammo and healing, which at the beginning of a wave, if you died the previous wave, you want to get fortifications and grenades and stuff. You do not want to find ammo and health stuff. So it's very frustrating sometimes. And sometimes certain types of things will appear a lot. Like once I was playing in the cabin last week, and the cabin was full of jacks. There was almost nothing else. So I was just going, I'd grab a jack, I'd go outside, put the jack down so it would explode, went downstairs, grabbed another, went upstairs, did that, back and forth. I think I did like 6 or 7 jacks in a row just to get other stuff in the basement of the cabin. Yeah. So, but again, cabin is exceedingly difficult. You have to, when you're in the high level of the cabin, you need to actually stay out of the cabin where all the supplies are as much as possible. At the beginning of the wave, you should set up wires at every entrance in order to, number one, slow down the zombies that are following you, number two, do damage to the zombies that are following you, and number three, if you have died, you still earn points from fortifications like barbed wire and claptraps, Molotovs, and so on and so forth. Anything that gets hurt or killed afterwards that earns points when you're alive, earns points when you're dead. And here's the coolest thing about it. If you set down a wire and you are dead, but you died far away from the barbed wire, and a zombie goes across it, you get, not only do you get the points for the zombie going across it, you get a long-range bonus. Is that crazy or what? The game does not differentiate between the fact that you are dead or alive when you are far away. It gives you the long-range bonus. Yes, you can shoot a zombie from a far enough distance and you will get a nice little bonus. So this is actually the beginning of the Expressway, so it'll be easy for me to show you everything. It's a very small but long map because it's only an expressway. And yeah, you'll see what I mean here in just a second. It used to be a lot longer of an intermission between waves. They kind of reduced it. Okay, so we've got the energy drink. Now there are these two little guard areas on either side of here. Like that. I can take the time to try and find stuff that I might need. Oh, there's a mission. Okay, gotta do the mission too. So this is the back end, the opposite end from where all the zombies are going to appear. And right now we have to do the mission of fixing up this vehicle. So, oh, spark plug's there. Tires will be on one side of the vehicle. Gas is on this side or the other side of the vehicle. You'll find a lot of different kind of supplies in the back here. Also, a lot of stuff will spawn back here for the fixed vehicle and the mission for putting supplies into the bus. There's another one. Alright, so... Oh, if you're ever playing this and a player has on like wings or something else that makes it really hard to see, just ask them to change their costume, because it really does make it hard if somebody's got a really wide or tall costume to effectively see what's going on in front of that player. You could actually be able to save a player's life. There's one of the places where spark would spawn. You could actually save the player's life if you can see around them, but if you can't see around them and you can't see that there's a zombie chewing on them, you can't save them, and that's their fault. So, but if they refuse, that's on them. But you should try and ask, just in case, because newer players don't tend to realize that their gigantic, cool-looking costume is actually interfering with the ability to destroy the zombies in front of them. Okay, almost done with this mission. Then I will show you the rest of this map. But really, because it's just a long expressway, it is just a wonderfully simple map to be blessed to do. Ah, there we go. The objective is finished. By the way, you do not have to help with an objective to get the points and money from the objective completion. So that's a nice thing. Everybody gets it, no matter who did it, because the people who aren't helping with the mission are probably out there killing zombies. So that's considered contributing to the mission. So again, I strongly recommend staying on this side of the expressway. That forces zombies to walk on this side if you are the closest thing to them. If everybody's spread out on different parts of the expressway, and this is the boundary right here, sometimes people like to come here, right here, and make zombies come here. Now you can set up barbed wire to help protect players, and I'm going to set one up over here because sometimes zombies will sneak around that bus back there and come this way instead, And I also put a clap bomb here, just to make sure that if a zombie does sneak this way, that it's not going to come around in that then and kill somebody. But basically, you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that you can shoot from. Each point is pretty much the same for zombies, although they're more likely to come to this one than they are to the other ones because it's a little bit closer to their spawn point. But yeah, so ammo in this and other items in this particular map will spawn in different places all over. They sometimes will spawn in some of these pickup trucks in the bed of the pickup truck, so you need to jump up there and get it. But where you're seeing the items is where things will always appear. Not necessarily that item, but this is where you're going to see stuff every time. So if you're ever looking for ammo, you're looking for health or whatever, just run around to all these locations and you'll find them. And this is another truck where you can get items from, and obviously at the very back. Now, since this is only wave 2, it's really a very slow wave, a very easy wave for all these low-level players like that. I'm not going to sit up there up front and take their points away from them. They need it, because at the low levels of this game, you really, really have to persevere. You have to be super patient, because it's just low levels. It's just hard. Even at the high levels, it's hard. But when you're a high-level player, high levels seem a lot easier, especially when you've got the perks that I've got. So let me see if I can get another map for you to see. And you're ready. Alright, so now we have the cargo map. The cargo map is in some ways it's a very difficult map, but in other ways it's a very easy map. So I'm actually starting, if you think of it as from the perspective of the dock itself, this is the rear left side that I started from. Over there is the cargo ship. It's very, very long, of course. And there are items to pick up scattered all around this place. The zombies spawn at the various points that I talked about in the other portion. 1, 2, 3 is over here. 4, 5. Oh, I was wrong. This is 5, 6, 7. One of the things I hate about this map is missions are often for signals inside of these barracks here. These are very dangerous places to be because you're so close to the spawn points that you're very liable to end up getting killed inside of there because you'll be trapped on both sides. Now, it's also dangerous because you have to go in there to get parts to complete. Yeah, I know. A lot of missions in this particular map are done in this section of the game, which makes it quite challenging. Alright, so this is the front part, and right now there are choke points that you can actually stand at the edge like here or on the other side in the same position and shoot stuff, and it's relatively safe on lower levels, or lower waves I mean. You can use these as kind of like a conduit for zombies to get more kills. There are stuff hiding all over the place on this. It's very important on this map and many other maps actually to make sure you pick up lots of stuff. And then once you're getting to the point where you and the other players are really starting to have a difficult time, so this is the back right of the docks of the cargo map, and don't forget there's something hiding right there. Usually the other side is more productive. There are also on the cargo ship, there are also things lying around that you can pick up. And the reason I say it's important to pick up stuff is because once it starts getting difficult, you're going to want to camp. And the best place to camp. Now this is the front or the bow of the bow. Sorry, of the ship. Not a good place to camp because it's too close to the dock, which allows the bloaters to throw their spores at you from the dock. So what you want to do is you want to get to the back end behind the ramp, either on the right hand side here or on the left hand side over here. Now there are differences. This side it tends to have more ammo and stuff on it. The other side will have more fortifications. So strengths and weaknesses. And in the back you'll find something right there. You'll also find right here. This is the stern of the boat or the ship. You'll find that something there, and you'll find something here. So what I usually do is I usually set up on this side because I want to have lots of fortifications to block the zombies, and you want to have it kind of staggered left and right because otherwise sometimes the zombies will get past some of them. This way they'll at least hit some of them. Okay, and one very important thing is if you are being chased by zombies, like say I was over here and I had a zombie horde coming at me, I should never, never, never come back this way and come around to the fortified area because I'll drag all the zombies here, and everybody in here who's facing that way fighting the zombies coming from that direction will be killed by the zombies following you from this direction. This is a no-no. Okay? Don't do it. Don't care whether it's the left side or the right side. Stay out of the center except for if you're going to commit to going all the way. Whichever way is not being defended, you must commit yourself. You cannot turn around and say, oh, darn it, zombies are following me. I'm just going to go back to my buddies and they can help me. No. You have to commit and you have to go all the way back to wherever you fortified. So that's the cargo map. Alright, so this is the ranch map. Oh, wave 9. Good thing I have that potion. So we're starting in one corner of the map here. This is the barn. It's the favorite place up there for camping. I personally have a different place that I prefer for camping. It is the stables. So I'm going to show you where that is. That thing there is the radio signal where you have to stand inside of a circle. That other one is either the ammo drop or the health drop that I was talking about. So the stables have lots of supplies. There's only 2 ways in. If you can barricade both of those and have people watching both ends, you have a constant array of supplies to use. Next to it is this barn over here. It is not as easily defensible. No, that's not true. It is actually pretty easily defensible. So this is all you do for the signal one, is you just stand here until it reaches 100 and just try to keep the zombie horde from taking control of your objective. Alright, so this one has also got 2 ways in and out, so it's fairly easy to protect. It also has lots of supplies. So actually, it's a nice place to be. There's usually going to be something up in there in the back of the bed of that thing, and you have to put supplies on this mission like before in here. Press E. Okay, so the main part of the map here, or I guess is the ranch house. Now this is the separate garage. You can find supplies in there. There is also the attached garage, and on top of that you can go through here, and then you're in the dining area, the kitchen. This is the living area, dead end. There is a door right there to go out the front. There's the living room. This is... Are there any zombies? No. There's the bathroom. Ah! Zombies. Ah! I hate that when they sneak up on me like that. And you think you're safe, but no, because the zombies can come from either direction. Oh dear. I'm going to get myself killed on this. No, I just got killed. Ah! Darn it! That so sucks! To have died partway into the ranch. Alright, so what I was trying to show you is there's a bedroom here, There's a bedroom in here. Just try not to die again, because somebody just resurrected me so I could finish this. This is a big big living area, like a den or something like that, I guess you could say. And I died again. Gosh darn it all. Alright, so back here again. Sorry, I got killed again. So I pretty much showed you almost all of the house. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the back, show you the back part there, so you can see that. That's the escort that you have to walk around with to complete that mission. I'm not gonna do that. So there's a gazebo. There's a hothouse or whatever you want to call it for raising plants. And then this is the back way in. There's a bathroom in here, and then it takes you into that other room there. I'm going to get out of here as fast as I can. It's pretty easy to get trapped in this place, so it kind of sucks. You can go around the house in that direction. You can't, for some reason they got the fencing here, but you can't go that way on the right side, which is kind of irritating sometimes. So there's going to be a bit of something up in there. Oh, the zombies want to play with them. I don't want to play with them. Oh, die. Alright, so this is the main entrance, I guess you could say. I'm not going to stick around to show you that, because my goal is just to show you the map. Now, we're almost full circle here. There's just this pickup truck. There's going to be a supply on the side there that you can see underneath, and also inside. And then when you find the there's the mission from that calling the signal. That's what happens is a helicopter comes in with a pallet of supplies. You will find under these big trees, you'll find supplies, and there are a couple other places where supplies will appear as well outside of the buildings. Like that tree over there also has it. I already mentioned that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you what happens with the helicopter. It's not too exciting. It is a bit frustrating just because it's quite slow in lowering the load, and the purported soldiers inside don't do anything to help deal with the zombies. So you can see a guy up there, but he doesn't do anything other than holding on to the rope. Alright, so I just want you to see, there's the 50 caliber right there. And you see you get other kinds of things that are useful in there. I'm not going to take anything because I'm going to exit here in a minute. I just wanted to show you what happens when you do the signal mission. Similar to this is when you do the ammo dump mission. You'll basically get the same thing. It's just it won't be brought in by the helicopter. There'll already be a pile of wrapped up boxes right in the same place, right there where you're standing, and the pile of boxes will be revealed when you have sat there long enough. Oh, by the way, just one last note about the missions. When you have to sit in one spot for the signal, the ammo dump, the health dump, the speed or the duration of that is longer if you have less players in the circle. The more players in the circle, the faster it's going to go. And I'm actually with a big player, which is nice. Alright, but I'm out of here. Alright, I got really lucky, and now I've got the mill for you to see. The mill is somewhere in the middle in terms of level of difficulty, and it is a winter environment. It's a large map like the ranch is. It's probably about the same size as the ranch in terms of the expanse. It is, let's see, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the 2 biggest maps. And there are just a small number of buildings, but they're greatly varied. So the building right now that we're in is the manufacturing plant. And there is a little room here, which I don't know if that's water processing or what that is exactly. It has got these processing lines or these manufacturing lines. There's an exit that way. There's an exit that way. There'll be something right there. You can go in here, and that's a dead end over here. But you can get supplies in this room and here, the locker room. There are always going to be supplies over here as well. You can go out that way. This is basically the border over here of the map on this side. And there are going to be supplies all along here. Also, there is a second floor, kind of a catwalk floor. There are supplies on this side, supplies on this side. Some people like to camp up here. I did it once with a high-level player, and it didn't work out that well because that player, when they ran out, they would just immediately take off looking for ammo, and we would get overrun because we weren't big enough and good enough, and that didn't work out. So this is like the employee break room and their bathroom, and yeah, so let's carry on. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the lake first. I like camping on the lake, at least for a while, and the reason I like doing it is because you can see where everything is. The only bad thing about camping on the lake is, guess what? There are no supplies on the lake. But you can see everything. You can see exactly where they're coming from, and that makes it. You cannot shoot while you're running, by the way. The game doesn't allow that. So you can run around for part of the lake. It doesn't let you go all the way out on the lake. The far end over there is where the river is, which you'll see in a bit. Between the factory, well, this building here is the warehouse. So between the factory and the warehouse are a bunch of rigs for trucks. The back end, I mean, the flatbeds. And there will be supplies in this area a little bit. There's also a bunch of lumber here, so it's some kind of a lumber processing facility. I don't know, maybe they make toothpicks. There are lots of things that you can get in this building as well, in the warehouse, in multiple locations here. There's only 2 ways in for this map, but the other, I'm getting chased. I didn't realize it. Oh, there are more. Okay, die. Yep, thank you. So basically you can come in through this way also. And that's the other way, and there are always supplies over here. Oopsie. They're trying to kill me. Okay, so you could run along that way. You can also come down here to the river, and you can run along the river. To the left is the map border. So partway along the lake is the map border. This is the map border. The hill's on the other side of the map border. And we're going to come back up here behind the warehouse, and you'll see stuff scattered around here that you can use. But what I wanted to show you is over this way. This is kind of important. So you've got a security cabin right here. There's a small number of supplies in here. You do not want to be caught in here when the zombies come, because it's a death trap. There's also the bridge, which you can go over and under. Sometimes there will be a mission down there underneath the bridge. The bridge can be potentially a potential place for camping, except for the fact there are no supplies except for on the pickup truck. And this goes, sometimes you will, oh, I forgot about this. Sometimes there's a destruction mission where you have to find this big tanker and shoot it until it explodes. Now I find that the easiest way to do that is to use my gun, but you can also do it by using certain other weapons. Well, all the weapons really, but it's really the lower level weapons are very ineffective at destroying it. It takes so many clips that you get overrun while you're trying to do it. So that's that area there, and then die, Mr. Gas Blob Burster. The next area is this gas station, and of course there are going to be supplies in here, and you can go out through this way here, and there are little rooms here and there, and I've temporarily run out of time here. Okay, I just wanted to not have too much extra time from the last wave ending. Oh, okay, this is where I am. So we are in, I think this is the manufacturing wing, or the building, the plant. Yeah, this is the plant. And what I wanted to show you is not nearby, but oh well, there is the, this is the ammo dump mission. The health dump mission is very similar to that one. Alright, so this is all border along here, but if you go this way, you'll get to this office building, and there are multiple ways in. There's one door there, another door there, there's an office here. You can get some supplies. You can get supplies at all these stations or desks or whatever you want to call them. You can get supplies here at the front. There's also this hallway here, where you can go in. Yeah, get out of my way, you stupid zombie. There's a bathroom there. Bathrooms are all generally, except for on the prison map, like I showed you, are not a good place to be. And that's pretty much all there is to this part of the map. You can, if you'd like to, you can stand right over here at the mouth of this tunnel and shoot all the zombies from a distance. And surprisingly, I did this one time just out of curiosity, and you don't really get a lot of zombies until you get to a higher level. Stop bouncing. I hate that. Bouncing zombies. Irritating. Yeah, so we're almost done here. That takes you back to the office, and didn't get to show you the last part of the gas station. Almost done. There is another way into the gas station. It's around the back. You can go in this way, which leads you to the janitor's room and the bathroom. Not a good place to be caught, especially in one of those smaller rooms, because you're basically toast. You're really not likely to survive. You can run through this little winter wonderland here, get back to the warehouse and manufacturing plant, which are usually the popular places to be. But honestly, running around in this map is a good idea, just because at the higher levels, it's hard. It's not impossible, but it is a challenging map. Okay, I just saved that player. Anyways, that is all cargo, and thanks very much for watching all this. We're going to carry on. Okay, we have the Manor map for you now. This is the music room. This is a complicated map, but it's a pretty cool map. There's a bedroom here. There's an inner courtyard. This is like a master bedroom. And then there's the courtyard here. This is actually the center of the entire complex. There's that door there, and then there's this door here. There's the other door there, and then there's these doors over here. That one there. That one there. These rooms down here have supplies in them that you can get. Pretty nice. Also in this room there are more supplies. And then you're in the library. The library has lots of supplies. If you can get the whole team in here and defend that door and nobody's upstairs, you can hold out against the zombies. Well, except for if the team is low levels. It's hard. If you can't, if you have low levels, this is a better place to be because there's only one way into the room, but everybody needs to stay back because if a burster comes in and gets shot, the gas will kill anybody that's near that door. But the ultimate place, and it's kind of actually a weakness of the zombies' ability to find the nearest player, is everybody goes down this hall, and these are like downstairs. There are these rooms full of, well, not full of, but have supplies in them, and you want to go into this one, okay? This one here, and you hide. You put barbed wire and clap traps out in that area there. Whoopsie. And then you hide in this corner. The zombies, instead of coming into the room to look for you, there's a glitch in the Pathfinder script. Instead, the zombies will come here and they'll pile up here while trying to get to you, not being able to get through that wall. So now I'm going to go down to the front of this map. This is a dead-end area except for the stairs. And then you've got this that goes back to the library. Die, die. And there's the main stairway upstairs. There's the doors to the courtyard. That's the other way upstairs. And in here we have a path that takes you back to that bedroom that I showed you earlier. You can also get into the kitchen. This is the pantry. It's massive. There are 2 pieces of supplies. I rarely go in here unless I know I'm going to be safe. Right now the zombies are hungry. I'm going to probably want to show you what these different supplies do. Oh. Come on, let me out! Ugh. Okay, this is the garage. The garage is always full of supplies, so you can have fun. So I'm going to lay things down and let you see what happens. That's what happens with that one. That was the claptrap. So I'll go grab another claptrap. And I want to show you what the Molotov does. Okay, I'm going to run around the outside of this map. Yeah, the grounds outside this map are very large. If you are a high-level player, you can run around the outside of this map if you've got the speed perk on, and you will do very well. You only have to periodically run inside and get more ammo. Well, one of the things that I'm not terribly excited about with this game is that the ammo is universal, but how much ammo you get out of that box of ammo is determined by the weapon you're carrying. So if you're carrying a weapon that has only 5 bullets, that big box of ammo that you see lying around only gives you 5 bullets. Whereas if you have the M60 like this, that big box of ammo is going to give you 100 bullets. So it's for the low-level characters, or players I should say, who all have guns with 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 bullets. It's a frustrating experience because you have to do a lot of searching trying to find ammo. That also can become a problem for high-level players because the high-level players have to search harder to find any ammo because the low-level players are snapping up a lot of boxes of ammo, whereas the high-level player only needs 1 or 2 with that M60. The flamethrower also is a very, even though it doesn't use ammo, you still pick up an ammo box for the flamethrower, and it'll reload the gas that you use for that. So it's kind of a point of irritation with this game. Oh, I am level 90. I forgot I leveled up the other day. So I want to try and hopefully show you what some of these other items do, just so you understand as the player. So this is the ammo box that I was just complaining about. Now the zombies will not come upstairs immediately, and if there are people downstairs, they will stay downstairs until they get within range of me from downstairs, and then they'll seek me out. There's body armor, which just you wear it. That's bandages. This room usually has several points where you find supplies. All these the hallways also have several points where you'll find supplies. This usually has, I think, 4 here, and here, and over there somewhere. I forget.
The body armor also shows up on the side as that light blue.
Oh yeah,
light blue
I
bars.
forgot. When I was talking about earlier about turning off all the graphics except for the GUI, the GUI is graphic user interface, and that is in this game is in the form of that bottom right hand thing, and also the overhead that shows you the time left, as well as what map you're on and the wave you're on. So that's all part of the GUI, or graphical user interface. Now, okay, so the bottom right hand corner there allows you to see your health, which is the green curve. I'm going to throw this. And I'm going to throw this. Good thing it's a low level or I'd be dead right now. And what you can do is you can stand in the fire, and the zombies will come to you and they'll get burned and then they'll die. Now, one of the benefits of the fire is the bursters. If the burster actually gets on fire, it will die without exploding. So the flames are a great way to deal with that issue. Now
headshots and barbed wire does that too.
Yeah, so you can set up barbed wire, and oh, I didn't succeed. Hold on, I gotta back up more. All right, so the zombies that went over the barbed wire they got hurt by the barbed wire, and they got slowed down. Now I'm walking around this thing, so you can see what happens when it finally goes off. Yeah, so that's on a timer, and there's music. I have the volume set really low, so you couldn't hear it, but there's music. Now, if a burster, this fat guy right here, hits a claptrap or dies on barbed wire or the jack or most other methods, it will explode with that gas. But if you use fire or a headshot, it won't. All right, let's see. I've used all the fortifications and I've used all the grenades, and so now I'm going to go find another map. Hi! This is Old Man Gaming, and I'm going to go into Those Who Remain by Peak. This is a game that I really enjoy. I don't really recommend it for small kids because it is kind of scary. It is also a challenging game. You've got to have some by that I mean you got to know when to run and when to fight. You've got to know about dodging and it's. I've gotten up to I'm almost the 90th level now. Not so much because of my skills, although I have definitely improved my skills by playing this game. It's mostly just because I don't give up. I keep on coming back and playing it again. So the way this game works is level each map, and there are I believe 9 maps right now. Each map is 15 waves. If you complete the 15th wave, even if you don't do the other waves, you get a big bonus. But every wave that you complete without dying, you get a bonus. If you die and get resurrected by somebody who's at least 100th level and has the Guardian Angel perk turned on, you will not get a bonus for that wave. So let's just say that this is a zombie game, of course. The zombies follow whoever is closest. So if they're all coming from one place, they will only go after the person who's closest to them. You can use that. It's also a disadvantage because if some people don't understand that, they can create chaos. Okay, so when you log in, you do get a reward. And I didn't log in yesterday, so I didn't get the bigger reward. Oh dear. But yeah, so when you get in, the first thing you need to do is you need to click ready. And now we're going to be going into, oh, I was too slow. We're playing in the prison. So if I can just quickly try to name off the 9 maps. There's the prison, the mill, the ranch, the manor, the bypass, the district, the cabin. Oh dear, I'm missing 2 more. The expressway, and if I could just see the picture, I could tell you exactly what the 9th one is. Oh, cargo, which is on a big shipping dock. The most difficult one is cabin. The second most difficult one is district. And then the easiest one is definitely expressway, unless you got a bunch of yahoos who don't understand how to use the path of the expressway to control the zombie horde. Which is to say, if everybody stays on the right-hand side, the zombies will all go to the right-hand side, and it's much easier to not get flanked and stuff like that. Some of these maps are very, very large. The mill is large. The mansion's fairly large. The ranch is pretty large. Prison's pretty large, but prison is difficult because it's got a lot of dead ends and it's got a lot of doors and stuff that's easy to get lost in. The mansion also has a lot of doors and stuff, but it's easier to remember because there are different rooms, whereas although there are different rooms in the prison tends to look pretty monotonous. It's just gray, like you'd expect a prison to be. Then the mill has a few different buildings in it. They're all different from each other. So once you get your bearings in the mill, it's not too bad. And that's a winter scene. The cabin, it really is hard. And the reason the cabin is the hardest is primarily because almost all of the resources that you can use appear in the cabin, and when you get to a high enough level, it's very dangerous to be in the cabin for more than a few seconds, and sometimes even then. But this game offers different kinds of primary weapons, from the sawn-off shotgun all the way up to the Winchester Model 1892. Now I'm level 90, and that means that I've got the Barrett or M82A1 is the next one that I can get. You have to use a perk to use this one, and you have to be level 100 to get that perk. So I use the M60. The M60 rocks. It is a beast. The flamethrower is okay, but I have every high level player that I've asked, including myself, they're like, meh, it's not really worth it. The LWRC ICPSD is a very good gun. In fact, I do not recommend paying in advance to get the M60, because the only real advantage of the M60 is, number one, a clip is 100 rounds of ammo, but it's so painfully slow to reload. So the LWRC ICPSD is really good for kicking butt. Secondary weapon starts with the Glock 17 all the way up to the Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle actually is somewhat inferior to the HKP-30L. And then for melee weapons, which I'm not good at using, so I don't really use it, there's the 2x4 all the way up to the katana. I have the saber. I've used it, but I'm just not good at timing it, so I don't really use it. So you can also look at the leaderboards, which tell you your stats. Yes, I'm going to show off my stats. You can also see I'm not in the top 10. Ah! I never will be. I know that. Perks go all the way up from, you get them every 10, 20, 30, 45, 60, 85, and 100th level. And once you get to the 85th level, I strongly recommend Speed Demon, Steady Hand, and Brisk. These are really great ones. When you get to the 100th level, there's the Guardian Angel, which allows you to resurrect people. There's Body Armor, which makes you look like amazing. And then there's the one that allows you to get the Barrett Sniper Rifle. I don't really recommend the Sniper Rifle, although I've never tried it. You can also go into the shop and buy stuff, money, obviously. It's all for Roblox. You can get skins for money, for the game money. That's not really, to me, really interesting. I had some skins on my games for a while, and I found that it distracted from aiming. I don't actually like the M60's aim, by the way. The M60's aim, it's a little bit confusing because where you think you're supposed to be aiming isn't actually where you aim. So it takes a little bit of getting used to compared to the other sites. And then there are also options. I would recommend, unlike what the game description says, I'd recommend going into graphics and disabling almost all the graphics if you're having any problems with lag. Except for bullet tracers, in-game UI, chat, and those three are really good, especially in-game UI and chat. But the tracers allow you to see where your bullets are going, so you can improve your aim. So this is wave 5, so it's a pretty slow wave yet. I'm gonna change my settings because I have this set for a different game. I'm gonna go ahead and just change it to that setting. I find that for me, with my reflexes. Oh, there's a zombie! Get him in the head. They die much faster. Now, one of the places in the prison that you can go to get ammo and stuff is this outdoor exercise yard. So you'll find different things over here that you can get. And it's just random, but they always appear in the same places, whatever it's going to be. So there's a clap bomb, there's body armor. Body armor disappears at the end of the wave. There are med kits, there's let's see, grenades and nerve gas grenades. Oh, and this is a mission where you have to collect items and take them to that icon right there. So there, aside from grenades and nerve gas, there's also Molotovs. For fortifications, you have barbed wire. Oh, I forgot. Let's see, the clap bombs, of course. There are jack-in-the-boxes that explode. And, what's the other one? I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. I'm sorry. So you go there, you click E when you get close enough to the bus. When I first did that, I was so confused about that. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do to put the stuff on the bus, but I got it. I got it now, and I'm pretty good at it now. So since I know there are more supplies back here, I'm going to run all the way over here. Just trying to find supplies on some of these maps can be a very, very, very frustrating experience. Ah, there's the generator. We'll go back this way. And again, you want to do headshots as much as you can, especially with what are called bursters. These are very obese-looking zombies, and they actually, if you don't shoot them in the head and kill them with a headshot, what will happen is they will explode, releasing this cloud of green gas that does damage to you. And the longer you stay in the gas, the more damage you do until you can potentially die. Now, at this level, I don't really have to worry about this, but I'll just get those guys out of my way just in case other players are struggling. Let's see, what else is there? What are the other than the wire and claptrap and the jack-in-the-box, what is the other fortification? I forgot. Wire. Dear me, where did all the... Oh no. Oh, they're gonna catch me. They're gonna catch me.
Wire jacks.
There's that was the jack-in-the-box. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this mission unless everybody else is helping.
I don't think there are any other fortifications.
Seems like
nerve gas.
No, that's a grenade.
That kind of counts.
Well, nerve gas theoretically slows the zombies down, but the difference is so minimal that it doesn't matter. So you can switch between your weapons with 1 and 2. Oh, and we've got these annoying little buggers, and those are called bolters. They move fast and they jump really far and very suddenly. So you want to, when you see a bolter that's getting close to you, probably about 25 feet away, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sidestep. Sidestepping will force that bolter to jump and miss you, and then it'll slow down. Once the bolter has jumped, it doesn't usually jump again, so it'll slow down, and that'll give you a chance to kill it. And that's my strategy anyways. Oh, I just got the energy drink. Oh yes, there is an energy drink that you can take that will speed you up for a limited duration. I don't know where the rest of the parts are.
Never ever
Oh! You don't want to get caught in a corner.
Yeah.
This is a game where you cannot, like, hide out from the zombies because the program works that the zombies know where the closest person is. You can call it what you want. You can call it a sense of smell. You can call it something else. But they know, and they will go toward you. So this is the A wing, or the A block for the prison. Once the wave is done, then you end up not being able to do anything. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You just be patient. Yeah, so every level there's 1 to 2 missions. Alright, the missions, aside from that, there are 2 different missions where you stand by a box of supplies, and once you've been there for long enough, the supplies will be revealed to you, and one type contains just med kits, which heal you fully, and bandages, which heal you partially. The other type gives you supplies like 50 caliber guns sometimes, which are really good for high level waves, as well as ammo, barbed wire, and a few other items that you can get. Most of the things are possible with the ammo dump. It's just with the regular one, no. Oh, and by the way, this one that we're doing on this level is called the Escort Mission. Basically, you've got a person who is not going to be hurtable by the zombies, but the zombies will still hurt you, and this guy goes around and around and to predetermined locations, and you've got to fend off the zombies while trying to keep this guy moving. Sorry?
He also goes to places, or she also goes to places where items would spawn.
Yeah, sometimes the point of the escort is to let you know about areas that you might not have noticed. That was the Molotov. It looks like a big bottle of orange Listerine, so that's useful to get, because what you can do is you can throw that at a bunch of zombies that are chasing you, and then they start going through the fire. They start burning. Now, except for the soldiers and the SWAT, they will die in the fire. The soldiers and the SWAT will die after, although generally speaking the SWAT has to be killed with a bullet or two. The soldiers will eventually burn up, but if you're close to them you'll have to shoot them just because they take so long to burn up. So this is a dead end. There are some dead ends in here. This is the B area of the prison. The B block, I guess you could say. Oh, die. And the B block really is, in terms of like supplies, it's great, because there are usually lots of supplies that appear in the B block. And if you think my gun loads slowly now, you should see it when I didn't have the fast loading perk. It was so slow. I would get killed very easily. But, you know, because I have that. Oh, there's a energy drinks. Yeah, I like energy drinks. It makes me go fast. Now, woo, look at that. Look at me. Woo, you missed me. These things up here, oops, this is actually
A catwalk.
a catwalk, or really not a catwalk, it's the guard's walk. so they can see the prisoners without actually having any problems with prisoners. And you can set up a point here where you can fight the zombies from. This is great for all but the last 5 waves, because by that time you're going to be running out of ammo before you can kill all of the zombies. It just gets too intense and
now,
too many zombies.
Now, of course, you can drop down there just for an emergency exit.
Yeah. Oh, there's the barbed wire. Let me see if I can show you a little bit more of the game, of this map. Alright, so the A block and the B block. This area here takes you to the front of the prison where, like, I guess you could say that the offices are. So this would be like where a visitor would come through. And here's like a room where you can... Oh no!
Talk with someone over the phone.
Yeah, you can have... Oh shit, I'm lagging. Oh dear. That was a bad lag. That was very bad. Okay, I don't care about that nerve gas. I want to get some health, because I got hurt fairly badly. So, there we go. Haven't seen the body armor. Alright, so these are the offices. I'm just going to take that guy out. That's one of the ones that will explode and release toxic gases. They suck.
I mean,
in a small space, you're dead, pretty much.
The nerve gas makes us enough of a change in the zombie's speed that you can actually see the change, but after a while it just stops.
It wears off.
Yeah, and I think that it wears off slowly, so the zombies can go faster and faster.
Yeah. One of the things I don't like about this game is the list of players. You cannot actually get rid of it. It's always there. I don't know why it's forced, but it's a minor inconvenience. Also, you cannot zoom out. It's a first-person shooter. One of the best places to go is not here. Now, you can get supplies in here for sure. However, this is a great place to get trapped. I mean, like, in a bad way. Get trapped by zombies. If you want to go somewhere where you're going to be safe, you got to go through the mess hall to the other side. Now, when I say safe, this is relatively speaking. If you need to camp, you come to the showers. You go in here, and you get back in here, and out in the hall here, you're going to set up barbed wire that they have to run over. Barbed wire hurts the zombies, and if there are enough barbed wire set up, the zombies will die. You can also set up clap traps, and then you and your team sit in there together and just shoot any zombies that get past the barbed wire, and it works really well. Now, on the Manor, there is actually a choke point where zombies will kind of get stuck. Oh, I forgot about the mission.
Barbed wire also slows down the zombies.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Barbed wire slows down the zombies. Now, if you are in a position where it's a tight space, you're going to want to set up the barbed wire so that it fills up the space. So what I mean by that is, instead of setting it up so that it's perpendicular to you set it up so that it's parallel to your body. And that forces the zombies to stay on it for a much longer period of time.
One of the best strategies on a high level wave when you're really struggling is to circle fire from the Molotov.
Oh yeah, one of the problems I found that I had when I first started playing this game with the M60 instead of the other gun that I told you about is that I kept on having, because the LRSD or whatever it was called has a small clip size. I kept on reloading far more often than I was necessary with a 100 bullet clip, And that is something that you have to force yourself to stop doing. I still even do it now. Just because, but I do it mostly now simply because I have the opportunity to reload, and I don't like to get caught with without a full clip. But yeah, it is very dangerous at the higher levels to reload at the wrong time. You can die. There isn't a way to abort a reload, and that's simply to press the number of the other weapons that you've got, or you can use the wheel on your mouse if you have it, your pointing device. Just use that wheel. You can scroll through. So you'll see people in their videos doing this crap. I don't do it like that. I think it's kind of silly, but you know, some people get bored. But yeah, so this is at this level for me, this is not too bad. Not bad at all, really. Oh, did you see that jump? That was like a 25-foot jump. And the zombies' range for striking is very, very much farther than you would expect. Oh,
their arms are short, but the range is very far, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, you just have to accept that you're at a disadvantage when fighting these zombies because their range of attack is much farther than you would anticipate.
And sometimes there's a glitch where the zombies will accidentally cling onto your body when you're not actually there, and somehow hurt you when you're farther away from them and they're facing away from you.
Yeah, there's sometimes when you'll find that the zombie is actually occupying the same physical space as you are, and you can't shoot them, you can't get away from them, you're dead. Just to let you know, different types of zombies are worth different points. So like that riot zombie, the one in all black that I just killed, it's the hardest one to kill probably, and it gives you it's one of the highest point zombies there is, along with the what's called the bloater. The bloater is one of the most dangerous ones, not because it's fast or anything like that, but you know, all the zombies get faster the higher the wave is. But it's dangerous because it throws what are called spores. And I haven't seen one, which is unusual. But the spores will track you, and so if you run forward toward the bloater, the spores won't be able to track you well. But if you run backwards away from the bloater, the spores are likely to hit you unless you're using an energy drink. And the other way to avoid them is to dodge to the side. They look muscular. The bloaters do.
The way because when you go back, the spores, I guess the owners of the game thought, wait a second, if we make the spores go a little bit behind the player's first instinct is to go backwards because it looks like it's going to hit onto them or in front of them.
Yeah.
But really what's going to happen is that it's going to hit behind them, and they're going to, because they're walking back thinking it's going to hit them.
Yeah. This is another mission where you have to go around collecting stuff. So whereas that other mission that I was doing, you had to collect supplies, this mission you have to find parts to fix a vehicle. And there are usually specific places where you will find these parts appearing. Sometimes it's easy to find the parts. On some maps, it's extremely frustrating when you try to find the maps. You know, that one was weird because I actually did not see the jerry can of gas, but I did get it. Now you have to go to the right part of the vehicle to put that into the vehicle. Otherwise, it will not work. Usually, if the vehicle's back here, a lot of the parts are going to be in this building here, which is like the power building.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, there's a spark plug. The spark plugs are the ones that most people have problems with more than anything. I had to kill that monster because the guy was getting killed. So for the spark plugs, you have to go to the front of the vehicle and install it there. I'm gonna go get some more spark plugs because most people don't really notice that they're there.
One in there.
Yeah.
On a jerry can.
So, when I first started doing this particular mission, I found it very confusing because I didn't realize you had to go to the exact part of the vehicle where, one thing that, if you notice, the zombies are kind of jumpy. When they get near certain kinds of barriers, they do that. And also, sometimes zombies will alter their path in order, and it's some kind of thing about the program that causes them to alter the path that they're following to get to you. It can be a little bit weird. Oh, there's, oh my god, deaf people are understanding that it's important to do the mission, or they're probably trying to stay alive because it is a little bit challenging. This is wave 8. I'm probably going to stop in a moment here after this wave and show you some of the other maps if possible. It is a little bit difficult. The game tends to send you to the same map over and over again. Actually, I think it's Roblox's fault, not the game's fault. But it tends to be repetitive in sometimes in which map you get sent to. But I'm going to try to help them finish this mission. Let's see. I think that's most of the missions. Or there's a tire. Oh, somebody finished it. Somebody got the last tire.
Alright.
Oh, I saw you, you little crawly creepy. Alright. There isn't really much else to show you about this map. You've seen most of it. You know where the best place is to camp. There's really no wonderful place to camp, but the showers are the closest you're going to get to a wonderful place. There are lots of ways in for the zombies. Some maps, like the Expressway, the zombies only come from one spot. Other maps, like, oh, I'm out of ammo. Ha!
Good thing your pistol's powerful.
Yeah, this is a very nice weapon, actually. Gotta get some more ammo. Oh, poopers. Where is the ammo? Alright, well, let me show you some of the other maps, and we'll be done. I think I've explained most of the things about it. So the soldiers are harder to kill. Oh, there it is. I saw the where's that joke? I saw the bloater.
I got blown up. Not blown up.
Bloaters do take several hits to kill.
Yeah.
Oh man, somebody must have killed it. Anyways, I'm going to exit, and I'm going to show you some more maps.
Come on. There you
go. Alright, we are now in Bypass, and this is the first part, or the first wave, so it's going to be really easy for me to show you everything. The first part I'll show you is there's the gas pumps. Those are barracks over there, and all these barracks have stuff in them. They're mostly dangerous. However, if you can get a team in here and put barbed wire at that end and everybody stands in the middle, there are supplies. You can run back here periodically and grab supplies here and grab supplies here. But you have to stay in the middle, and then all the zombies will come in through that door. Also, you go back out here, you'll find some supplies out in this area here on that table, and this is the other barracks, but not so good. And then you have another barracks back here. Looks kind of like medical. Sometimes the helicopter will let down its load back in here. The gas station. Some people like to camp here on low levels. I don't really like to, because it's just an easy way to get trapped. Oh, they've been following me. I didn't even realize it. Dang nabbit all. Oopsie. Alright, so then we have the strip mall over here. There is the laundromat, which is pretty much, got that room in there you can get stuck in. You got the bathroom you can get stuck in. And then you can come around the back if you want. And the next thing you know, you're in a kitchen. This is the restaurant. Or cafe, I'm not sure which it is called. It does have a bathroom that you can get trapped in. And then after that is the outdoor supply store, which, as you can see, has been raided for supplies except for fishing rods. For some reason, people don't want to go fishing in a zombie apocalypse, which just doesn't really make any sense to me. So you can go through here and get behind the counter, but once you're behind the counter, you're kind of stuck. And then that's part of the bypass, going to the other area, which I assume it's an extension of Expressway, or Expressway is an extension of it. In fact, I know it's I shouldn't say I know, it looks like it. So this is a salon, and that's the last of the strip mall. After that, you can't go up there, but you can go right up to the edge of that butte. You can go up here and you can shoot zombies here. Now, this is why I say I think that this is the next part that leads to the Expressway, because this kind of looks like the Expressway would be over there somewhere, but I could be wrong. Might as well get a few points while I'm showing you this stuff. Civilians are worth the least. Riot and bloaters are worth the most, and you'll find stuff there. You'll find stuff over around this area here, around that Humvee and the gas pumps, and over here you'll find 2 or 3 things. In these little barracks you'll also find stuff. Wonderful if you are on a low level, or if you feel confident you can blast your way out, but if you're not really good at the game, you're going to get killed. So this also reminds me of the Expressway. Doesn't that look familiar? So it's almost like they blocked off access to that little town there. Now this is the last part of the bypass map. Oh, somebody's already died? Good golly. Wave 1 and somebody's already died. They're doing the Escort Mission. I'm going to try to show you the rest of this. I don't know if 1 minute's going to be enough time, but there's this passageway here. It has a small amount of supplies in it. Just that number 2. And then you can go in. This is the end here. You can't go past this point. Right. Yeah, yourself on that side you have more space than on this side for whatever reason. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how the barrier is like that. Oh my gosh, I'm almost out of time. Oh no. Well, anyways, there are a series of rooms back here that you can go through, and there's lots of supplies in there. You can get stuck in there. You can camp on low waves in this area, but on highways it's just really, really difficult because a lot of zombies tend to spawn over there. And on to the next map. Alright, so let me just show you the last of it. Managed to get back in, and okay, so there are some supplies in this room. Come through this passageway here. There's a small room here with some supplies, like a janitor's room, and there are some supplies in here. Some people like to camp here. It's okay on low levels, but don't do it on high levels. It's just too dangerous. And then there's this room, which will have supplies, of course. And then you get out here, and that's it. You're back out to here again. So that's the whole bypass map. Okay, I managed to get onto the district, which is one of the most difficult ones. This is only wave 5, so it shouldn't be too bad. The basic layout of this is a big cross. However, in each arm of the cross there is something to do. Like here, you've got this little kind of a library, and you can go up. Oops, gotta kill those guys. They don't mess with me. And you can go upstairs. People like to camp up here. It's fairly good, but it can be difficult if you don't have a good team up here. But usually people will camp in this area right here and kill zombies that way. Let me show you the next part. We turn left, then we are in a gas station area. Zombies come over the back wall there. And there is the gas station building, of course. Oops, I went the wrong way, sorry. And you can walk around and find stuff in. And then you can go around back here. Yeah, and there's more stuff back here, which leads you to the outside. And then the next section is here. You have all these nice little barricades built up from which you can shoot zombies until they become too problematic in the game, having gone through. They will come through here. Okay, they come through back there. This is a theater, or a cinema, I should say. And there's the bathroom in here. Don't get stuck in here. It's bad news. There are two. It's only a duplex theater, and you can only go through inside here. You can go up here. You can go through all the rows of the seats. It doesn't matter. You can always find supplies in this room, and then you can go to the other theater room, which leads you outside. You can go up there as well. The car crashed through because of the zombie outbreak. And let's see. There's no way to get behind the counter, even though you may see items spawned back there. You can't get back there yourself. Okay. Take you over here. You can go up there. Zombies come over there. Obviously, they also will come from back here. And there's one right now. Thank you for showing. The zombies will come from over there sometimes. And this is the last area of the map. There's a nice little barricade. Hey, die, die! Oh, they're not dying. Okay. Stop that. You're making me look bad. Die. Alright. So that's pretty much all there is to it, except for this. So there's this area right in here. Takes you out in the alleyway. You can get supplies in here, obviously. And you can go into this room here. And there's another way into the alleys over there. But that's basically it for this map. It's a small map. It's a hard map. The best thing to do with this map is when you are playing it is to keep moving. That's true of several of the maps in this particular game. But this one, it's very important to keep moving. Everyone will usually try to get their supplies first from the gas station because it's the least dangerous thing, seeing as it's outdoors. But also a good place to go is to go there, that barricade, to go to that barricade there, and to go to that barricade over there to get supplies there. Going into the buildings to get supplies is obviously more risky, even though this has one way. Has two ways in or out. It still is risky. You can get trapped in there on higher waves. It's best to avoid going in there entirely. So this is the district. I would say the district is possibly the second most difficult map to play because it is so small. And when you get a lot of zombies in here at a high wave, oh, it can be very, very challenging. Anyways, I'll get on to the next one. Okay, this is the hardest map in the game. It's the cabin. Almost all the supplies are inside. There's a basement and a first floor. You do not want to stay in there, especially out on a high wave like this. This is the backside. The only other thing that's outside, oh my gosh, look at all those zombies that this guy is dealing with by himself. Is that pickup truck. There'll be in the bed. There'll be some supplies. That's the kitchen area. That's the exit, one way into the basement. That's a side way into the kitchen over there. That's the front. Sorry, that's the back door into the bedroom. And that way will take you into the living room. And that way will take you both into the living room as well as to the entrance to the basement from the inside. There's nothing out there except for trees. All the way around the cabin, trees. Zombies come from every direction, and very rarely will you have a mission where you're out in the trees, either on the road that goes to the front of the building, down in that direction. There will be a bus parked where you have to put supplies in. And then this guy's doing a smart thing. He's using the jack to get rid of some of the zombies. Not enough, though. But he got rid of some, at least. Anyways, and sometimes you'll have to do an ammo dump or a health dump out in the trees also, which really sucks being out in the trees trying to defend a dump. The helicopter will deliver into this area. Clearly, Zarushi is a skilled player. Even though he's not a high-level player, he's doing really, really well. I'm happy not to have to be inside, but as soon as this is over, I will go inside at the beginning of the wave. It's the last wave. It's wave 15. I'll try to survive through the whole wave, but just to get that bonus as a reward for staying up late, trying to get to this darn wave or this darn map. This is the hardest map. I mean, literally, there's no harder map than this one. It's hands and feet above all the other maps. People either love it or hate it. Usually the higher level players and the really skilled players don't mind playing this map, but a lot of other people would rather just avoid it. And there's a guy with a level 309. So let's see how it goes. I'm just going to try to quickly show you the inside before we get swarmed, and then I'm going to stay outside as much as I possibly can in order to stay alive for you to see this. This is the dining area, the living area. There's one entrance there, another entrance there. Basement's that way. Okay, so here we've got the kitchen, and then we've got the children's bedroom, and we've got the bathroom. Here's the master bedroom, where there's lots of ways to die in this game. Alright, so now I'm going to just show you the basement, because that's all that's left to show you of this tiny little cabin. And there will be stuff under there, and stuff over there, and stuff over there, and there'll be stuff in this little office. People like to camp in here, but it's eventually going to be a death trap. And basically you just want to get outside as quickly as possible, and just keep on kind of circling around the map on the outside, just to try and stay alive. Now it's still early in the wave, so I'm gonna dare going in here very quickly, hoping to pick up something. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this, just as a safety precaution for when the zombies are overwhelming us. At least that little tiny bit of claptrap that I laid down will be helpful. Molotov's helpful too, so I'm going to grab that puppy, and hopefully I can survive through this whole wave. But we'll see. It's not an easy wave to survive. No siree. Everything's so dangerous in this wave. closer to the trees because I am just about dead. I don't think I'm going to survive this wave. If I do, it will be pretty miraculous. But, you know, hey, miracles have happened before. I'm sorry that it's all black and white. This is what happens when you get hurt pretty badly in the game. Your vision just goes black and white. And it really is a sucky thing, but there's nothing you can do about it either. I'm just trying to stay away from all these freaking zombies. 2 minutes and a quarter left. Just stay on the outskirts here, because there are less zombies on the outskirts than there are in the very middle. Now, this is not a strategy I would recommend if you want to fight the zombies, but woo, that was close. That was, if that had been one of the faster zombies, I would be dead right now. The fact that I'm also using the speed demon perk really makes a huge difference. So I'm just going to run around out here, staying away from the majority of the zombies which are near the cabin, because that's where everybody is, and try not to attract too many zombies behind me. Yeah, most of the zombies aren't going to be able to keep up with me. If I just keep on dodging, I should probably be okay. We'll see though. Can I make it to the end of the wave? Can I get the bonus points and money at the end of the wave? I don't need the money. There's nothing worth buying anymore for me at this point. The only thing I need is perks. One pointer for surviving on this in the higher waves is run as much as you can. If you have the opportunity to fight and you want to conserve on the high waves, you really want to conserve your ammo, because if you don't, they will get you, just like they got me. Half a minute in to the end, and I slowed down to kill zombies that were on my tail, and that's what happens. So that's the most difficult map. You saw, if I had not stopped to kill those zombies that were behind me, that soldier probably wouldn't have killed me. I'd still be in to get the bonus. But that's it. Anyways, thank you very much for sticking around to watch this extremely long video. I hope that it was helpful for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please, be a nice gamer. Alright, so the game was lost. I didn't get to show you the map I wanted to show you, but I am going to get to show you map voting, which is going to happen here in just a second. You get 3 choices: cargo, expressway, and bypass. Now I've already shown you expressway, so I want to show you cargo or bypass. Alright, fine, I'll go to bypass. And it's going to load up.